Take a deep breath and transport yourself thousands of years into the past. 25 meters below the surface near the Ryukyu Islands, the remnants of an ancient civilization believed to have once thrived await your discovery. Known as Japan's Atlantis, Yonagunijima boasts stone structures with sharp edges that seem more like the work of human hands than nature's whim. A pyramid-shaped structure, massive staircases, and arches that appear carved. Could all this really be just ordinary rock formations? Some scientists fiercely disagree, claiming this was the capital of a lost civilization. Who were the builders of these massive structures? Some researchers believe Yonaguni was the center of an advanced society that was submerged following a great catastrophe. There are even those who think this civilization was technologically far ahead of its time. The historical framework we know today dismisses the possibility of such a society, but what if we're wrong? Lost civilizations and their wisdom may have been far greater than we've ever imagined. Moreover, these structures don't look like they were built using just human strength. The meticulous placement of such heavy stones would be challenging even with modern techniques. Could it be that a form of energy or technology, unlike anything we've encountered, was used here? Of course, some scientists argue that Yonaguni's structure is entirely natural. They suggest that nature, by sheer coincidence, could have created such shapes. But could formations so precise and symmetrical really be a coincidence? To accept Yonagunijima as a natural formation might be akin to deliberately ignoring parts of our history. Perhaps the true story of Yonagunijima represents a doorway to a world far beyond what we currently understand. Take a deep breath and journey far beyond time to the forgotten past, nestled in the heart of China. This is Shicheng, also known as the Lion City. But this is no ordinary place. It is truly China's submerged treasure. In 1959, this city, which had stood for thousands of years, was drowned beneath the vast Chandao Lake as part of a hydroelectric project. Who knows how many secrets were buried beneath these tranquil waters? At first glance, you might think Lion City is just another historical ruin. However, a government-sponsored diving expedition in 2001 revealed that this city was anything but ordinary. Dating back to the 1300s, its intricately detailed buildings still carried the grandeur of the Chinese Empire of its time. Like a time capsule, these structures remained untouched. Roofs, columns, sculptures. Everything was preserved under the water for centuries. Now imagine, what kind of civilization could abandon such majestic architecture beneath the waves? But the mystery of this city extends beyond its historical structures. Many researchers consider the impeccable preservation of Lion City underwater a marvel of nature. Could there have been another force at play here? According to legend, the city's inhabitants might have sealed it with a protective spell under the water. In Chinese mythology, water spirits are believed to safeguard cities. Could Lion City have been preserved by such a spell? Or does it hide a secret that was meant to remain unseen by the modern world? Finally, even with today's technology, Lion City has yet to be fully explored. Underwater camera investigations have revealed mysterious symbols etched on some structures. Who knows? Perhaps ancient wisdom still lies hidden in the depths of Lion City, waiting to be unraveled. One day, when this city is rediscovered, it might reveal discoveries that could forever alter our understanding of human history. Imagine two lost cities hidden beneath the waves of the Nile, Thonis Heraclean and Alexandria. Rivaling the allure of Atlantis, these ancient cities lie submerged like time capsules awaiting rediscovery. Egypt's enigmatic treasures, buried underwater for millennia, are on the verge of being unearthed. Once the secrets of Thonis Heraclean and Alexandria come to light, our understanding of the ancient world will never be the same again. Let's first delve into Thonis Heraclean. Once one of Egypt's most significant trade and religious hubs, this city sank beneath the sea 1,200 years ago. Its ruins, temples, colossal statues dedicated to gods, ancient ships, and even golden treasures continue to captivate underwater explorers. This was a place where mythical gods and pharaohs reigned, the beating heart of ancient Egypt. But how could such a grand city vanish beneath the waves? Were earthquakes the culprit, or was the city cursed by the gods themselves? On the other side, we have the remnants of Alexandria. Founded by Alexander the Great, this city was once the epicenter of science, art, and culture. The Lighthouse of Alexandria, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, stood proudly here. Although Alexandria was more modern than Heracleion, the underwater ruins, mosaics, columns, and majestic temples, offer a glimpse into its past glory. Could this site still hide chambers holding the tomb of Alexander the Great? Perhaps traces of the ancient world's greatest library remain veiled in mystery beneath the water. Scientists continue to debate why these cities submerged. Some argue that earthquakes and tsunamis along Egypt's coast caused the waters to rise, while others suggest divine wrath or a ritualistic curse. As underwater archaeologists uncover more, both cities retain their status as invaluable treasures, sparking the need for further exploration. Ultimately, these cities are guardians of not just ancient Egypt's heritage, but the collective history of humanity. While Thonis Heracleion remains accessible only to divers, Alexandria's ruins may soon welcome visitors through a planned underwater museum. Yet, as these lost worlds reveal themselves, what other secrets might be waiting to astound us? A village torn from the depths of history, San Roma de Sao, once teeming with life, now exists only in the haunting silence beneath the water. Hidden in the mountains of Catalonia, northeastern Spain, this village was deliberately submerged in the 1960s for the construction of a dam. But what makes San Roma de Sao remarkable isn't just the loss of a village. Beneath its waters lie buried secrets of the past, and when the water recedes, the ghostly ruins that emerge seem like a silent scream echoing across time. The villagers of San Roma de Sao were forced to leave, taking their belongings and even exhuming the graves of loved ones to ensure they wouldn't be forgotten under the water. Imagine the heartbreak of such a task. Opening graves, relocating memories, and performing this final act of love to protect them from being lost forever. The slow disappearance of an entire village leaves an ache in the soul. Was such a sacrifice truly necessary? Did the history and stories of this place have to sink beneath the waves? Today, as you pass over San Roma de Sao, the only visible remnant is the ghostly bell tower of the village church rising above the water. During rainy seasons, only the tower is visible, but when water levels drop, the village's structures emerge from the depths. Crumbling buildings, empty streets, and the abandoned church seem locked in a timeless vigil, their silent presence confronting us with questions of history's permanence. The eerie landscape revealed by the retreating water paints a haunting picture, with the ghost-like ruins creating a chilling tableau. For some, the submergence of San Roma de Sao symbolizes the resilience of the Catalan people, their ability to endure hardship and rise above tragedy. For others, it stands as a painful reminder of how historical heritage can be sacrificed under the control of the state. Those who once lived there cannot forget the sudden disappearance of their village. When the waters recede, the exposed ruins become a sorrowful reminder for former residents, a testament to a past that refuses to fade away. Representing Catalan culture and identity, the submerged village carries the shadow of a lost history in its watery grave. San Roma de Sao is more than just a drowned village. It is a piece of history submerged in time, and as some say, the haunting images that surface when the water withdraws are the final cries of forgotten stories yearning to be told. Once the most vibrant, dangerous, and sinful city in the Caribbean, Port Royal sank into the depths of the sea overnight. On June 7, 1692, a devastating earthquake and the subsequent tsunamis wiped out most of the city from the map. This catastrophe not only destroyed its structures, but also buried Port Royal's infamous reputation deep beneath the waves. Known as the wickedest city on earth, its destruction was seen by many as an act of divine retribution. But was it truly a punishment from the heavens, or just a natural disaster. Every brick of this legendary city had a story to tell. In the 17th century, Port Royal was the ultimate hub for pirates in the Caribbean. Here, illegal activities such as drinking, gambling, smuggling, and piracy thrived openly. A haven for Caribbean pirates, this port city was unashamedly called the capital of sin and debauchery. Known for its wild round-the-clock parties, rum-soaked squares, and fearless pirates, Port Royal embodied chaos and lawlessness. With such sin and corruption rampant, its downfall seemed inevitable. And indeed, fate knocked on Port Royal's door. The sea was ready to swallow it whole. Today, Port Royal is recognized as one of the best-preserved underwater archaeological sites in the world. Time seems to have frozen within its submerged ruins. Historians are astounded by how well the city's buildings, roads, and traces of daily life have been preserved despite being underwater for centuries. These ruins, buried beneath the sea, are a treasure trove for researchers. Every dive uncovers a new secret. But the real question remains: what did this sinful city take with it as it sank? What secrets, illegal dealings, or dark agreements still lie hidden in the depths? Port Royal's haunting underwater remains captivate archaeologists and divers worldwide. However, diving here is not for just anyone. Entry requires special permissions and strict oversight, as if the city still resists revealing its mysteries. Perhaps Port Royal, with the secrets it hides in the shadows of the past, continues to issue a warning from beneath the sea. Once the stronghold of Caribbean pirates, this city enchants visitors with its destruction and enigma, a ghost of its former self still whispering tales of its infamous glory. An ancient city from thousands of years ago in India, where gods and epics intertwine. Dwarka, revered in Hindu mythology as the sacred city of Lord Krishna, is known as the gateway to heaven. According to Hindu belief, this was the kingdom of Krishna, a place of mythical wealth and splendor. But this holy city, as legend goes, was swallowed by the ocean overnight. For centuries, it existed only in sacred texts, epics, and folklore, until its rediscovery by underwater explorers in 1988. In 1988, traces of an ancient city were found approximately 30 meters beneath the waters of the Gulf of Cambay in Gujarat, India. These remains included massive pillars, stone structures, and an astonishingly intricate city layout. Some claim that these structures date back 32,000 years, potentially making Dwarka one of the oldest underwater cities ever discovered. But the question remains: was this really the legendary kingdom of Lord Krishna? Scientists and archaeologists are still debating Dwarka's age. Some argue it is at least 10,000 years old, while others take a more cautious stance, suggesting a history of around 5,000 years. Regardless of its exact age, Dwarka undeniably holds immense historical significance. The remnants of temples and stone carvings suggest it was a religious hub. Yet, another group of historians believes Dwarka belongs to the medieval period. According to them, the city was destroyed in 1473 during an attack by Gujarat Sultan Mahmud Begada, leaving ruins that have survived to this day. So, which theory holds the truth? The underwater remains of Dwarka make it a source of fascination and mystery for both scientists and Hindu devotees. Could this city hold the secrets of ancient India and the roots of Hindu mythology? Or is it merely a medieval settlement that sank following a maritime disaster? Each dive and new discovery sheds a bit more light on the unknowns of Dwarka. Yet, no matter how many excavations take place, this legendary city remains an enigma. Perhaps Dwarka exists in the depths as a divine testament, a gift from Lord Krishna meant to keep its secrets submerged in the ocean forever. Take a deep breath and imagine yourself journeying back 2,000 years into the mysterious depths of the Mediterranean. Before you lies Baia, a city famed for its decadent parties and wild indulgences, essentially the Las Vegas of the Roman Empire. Located just 18 miles from the Naples coastline, Baia was a luxurious retreat for Rome's wealthiest and most influential elites. But Baia was more than a playground of excess. With its opulent villas, massive baths, and temples dedicated to the gods, it was a shining testament to Roman architectural brilliance. Yet every pleasure comes at a price. Baia's fate, entwined with human vanity and indulgence, eventually led it to ruin. Its tragic end is largely attributed to the region's active volcanic activity. The shifting earth caused Baia to slowly sink beneath the Mediterranean's waves. Though this stunning city seemed to vanish into the pages of history, today it lives on as an underwater marvel, captivating divers and history enthusiasts alike. Now, lying less than 20 feet below the surface, Baia's ruins remain remarkably well preserved. Like an open-air museum under the sea, Baia offers visitors a rare glimpse into the grandeur of ancient Rome. Intricate statues, meticulously crafted structures, and remnants of daily life vividly bring the past to life. Even today, those who explore Baia's remains can feel the echoes of its former magnificence. As you swim among Baia's ruins, it's impossible not to imagine the Roman aristocracy flocking to this city, losing themselves in its boundless pleasures. This unparalleled Sin City of the ancient world, now shrouded in underwater silence, still whispers its captivating stories to all who dare to explore its depths. Embark on a journey into the cool, mysterious waters of Lake Titicaca, South America's highest navigable lake. Stretching between Bolivia and Peru, this enchanting lake conceals the secrets of an ancient world beneath its surface. In 2000, dives in its depths revealed the submerged city of Teina, an extraordinary archaeological find bearing the deep imprints of a long-lost civilization. Believed to be an ancient temple complex dating back 1,000 to 1,500 years, Teina's legacy is steeped in legend. Among the discoveries were a massive temple measuring 660 feet long and 160 feet wide, ancient terraces, pre-Incan roads, and a 2,600-foot wall, clear evidence that this was no ordinary site. Predating the Inca Empire, these structures remain shrouded in mystery. Who built them, and why? Local lore suggests the ruins are protected by the lake's guardian spirits, adding a mystical layer to Teina's story. But the intrigue doesn't stop there. In 2009, further exploration uncovered an underwater reef filled with gold, semi-precious stones, and other ancient artifacts. These treasures suggest Teina may have been a significant cultural hub. Archaeologists believe the artifacts were used not only in religious rituals, but also in daily life. The submerged relics indicate that Titicaca was more than a passageway. It was a thriving center of trade and spiritual significance. Even today, Teina remains far from fully explored. While modern scientists continue to uncover its mysteries, many questions remain unanswered. Perhaps Lake Titicaca, with its profound beauty and ancient depths, has chosen to guard some of its secrets forever. Hidden in the verdant valleys of Tuscany, Lago di Dagi is no ordinary lake. Beneath its tranquil surface lies the medieval village of Fab. For a short time, Fabrici di Caregin transforms into an open-air museum, drawing visitors eager to walk through its storied past. The sight of this submerged town standing resilient against time is both haunting and awe-inspiring. However, these unveilings are exceedingly rare. The draining of Lago di Dagi occurs only for essential maintenance on the dam, an event that takes place once every few decades. This makes each resurfacing of the village a moment of great anticipation and excitement. Some locals believe the village carries a mystical energy, as though it guards a secret only meant to be revealed at chosen times. If you ever have the chance to visit Fabrici di Caregin during one of its rare appearances, you can witness firsthand the history hidden beneath the lake's surface and embark on a journey into a mysterious past, waiting patiently to be uncovered. In the 1950s, the construction of the St. Lawrence Seaway and hydroelectric projects left a lasting mark on Canada's Ontario region. This massive undertaking required the building of a dam between Cornwall and Massena, but it came at a cost. 9 villages would be submerged, and their residents forced to leave. These villages, now known as the Lost Villages, were swallowed by the rising waters and remain a poignant reminder of progress and sacrifice. Before the dam's completion, residents were given ample time to relocate. Some homes and historic buildings were carefully moved to other areas using trucks, saving pieces of the communities from the flood. However, much of the settlement was destined to remain underwater. To preserve their memory, the Lost Villages Museum, located in Long Sault, Ontario, was established. The museum showcases artifacts from the submerged villages and features miniature replicas of structures that once stood there. Today, the Lost Villages are a fascinating destination for divers eager to explore traces of the past. The remains of these submerged communities rest largely intact beneath the water, offering a haunting yet beautiful glimpse into a bygone era.